guys, this is Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, bringing you a deck review of the Wildwood Tarot. So this is by Mark Ryan and John Matthews, and it says with card illustrations by Will Worthington. And I do own a couple of Will Worthington decks, and FYI, I have the green tree green man oracle on its way over to me, and I am so excited as I am a big Will Worthington fan. Okay, so this is a deck that I've had for quite some time. Let's go ahead and take a look at the box. And this is Sterling Ethos Press, I believe. And beautiful box to keep all the cards within. And so let's go ahead and open it up. Okay, so I have, there used to be like a little insert in here where you could put the cards and you put the book on top, but I prefer just easy access for my cards and just be able to take them out. So I'm going to go ahead and put these cards off to the side so that we can take a look at the guidebook. And there was a title card in here, but I just kind of keep that in here. Alright, so here we have the guidebook, and as you can see, it's a nice glossy book, what we call a proper book, fit for any bookshelf. Okay, so this is the table of contents. So obviously it's going to go into the major arcana, minor arcana. There's some pretty good prefaces. Like a lot of this, I've done the reading on it, and this is a really good book, actually. Like, if they sold this book separately, I think that this would be good, even just to buy. Like, standing alone, this is good, a good standalone. Kind of goes into a lot of where they get some of the background for the cards, because the cards do deviate quite a bit. It's kind of its own system, really. It's not really Rider-Waite based. So it goes into asking questions, like kind of what tarot is all about. Then it talks about the Wheel of the Year. Yeah, so lots and lots of good stuff. So let's take the Wanderer, for example. So this is card number 1. And they said that they had made the Wanderer a bit androgynous, so that you don't really know, is this a male, is this a female? And they've done that with quite a few of the cards, and there are a few of the cards where it's like half human, half animal. But it gives you the position on the wheel. The Wanderer stands at the heart of the human cycle, in the innermost circle of the wheel, poised between the beginning and the end. This figure waits for guidance across the abyss of awareness into the realm of archetypal consciousness. Sorry, I just there's been some interesting messages coming to me lately, and I literally just put it all together as I read this. So sorry, I'm just having epiphanies over here. Don't mind me. Okay, so it goes into a lot of information here that may not be, you know, like the Rider-Waite information that you would have for the Fool. As you know, this is called the Wanderer. It's very similar. A lot of these are very similar, but it goes to the beat of its own drum, and I love that. And for some people, it's a little off-putting, or maybe not off-putting, but difficult, because it's like, oh, I have to learn a whole new system. So for me, I do consult this guidebook once in a while, but really I go off the intuition of what's going on in the card. And it's kind of cool because I get to let myself be free of, oh, this means this and this means this, you know, and I do use my intuition a lot for readings, but with this even more so. So I think that's fantastic. Okay, so it has roots and branches. Blind faith, a blank slate, the inner child, the leap in the darkness, following your heart, the seeker after knowledge or truth, the primal impulse, a vision of illumination that pulls you forward. And I love these keywords, and I love even trying to adapt this to other decks that I own. Okay, so we go through in much the same fashion, even going into the minors. And then in the back, and this is quite creased because I have used a lot of these spreads and I love them. But yeah, they have quite a few spreads back here. Like we have the Pathway spread, the Bow spread, the World Tree spread, which I love. That's probably one of my favorite ones. And then it goes into A Walk in the Wildwood, which is fantastic. And then that's it. So let's go ahead and get into our cards. Okay, so before we start looking at each of the cards, let's go ahead and bring people in for the cardstock, as a lot of us really like to see what kind of cards we'd be getting. So every one of these cards has this copyright information on the side, but for me, it's not a big problem. I mean, for some people it might be. It's a pretty matte finish, pretty stiff cardstock, which I like. It's nice and thick. I use it quite a bit and it hasn't chipped on me, so that's great. Yeah, nice and bendy for those of you that like to do riffle shuffles. I do a side shuffle. Every once in a while I'll do a riffle shuffle if my side shuffles are starting to, you know, bend them more this way. So yeah. Okay, so let's actually go ahead and take a look at these. So this is a working deck. So they're all out of order and I do use them quite a bit. Okay. It's just so wonderful, so beautiful. I love Will Worthington's art. It's so, I don't know, like everything seems to have a soul and a personality and things that, you know, like some of the humans in here where there's like plant matter growing out of them or they're like part animal. It just seems to like meld together and it puts you in this fantasy land. Like I want to be where these people are, this world of fantasy. And although this card creeps me out, and I've read about it in the book and I understand it, it still creeps me out, but I get it, you know, and I don't mind it. See, like this, like you have this girl who's basically melting into the forest, and I don't know, it's like I want to be in that world. I love it. The symbols, and you can really lose yourself in your intuition and everything. There's such an energy that I get from this deck, and even this, it's like I don't mind that, you know, they're got heads of animals. Like it's okay with me. Some people may feel differently, but you know, when I show any of these videos, it's just, you know, I like artwork, and that's all I'm doing is I'm just showing my appreciation for different types of artwork. And so I'm not saying, hey, you know, you need to like this too and I want you to go out and go buy this. It's hey, if you want to go buy this, great, and you're watching this video because you're trying to see whether or not you like this deck and you want to go get it, fantastic. Or maybe you're just popping in because you just like looking at art, and that's fantastic too. That's kind of why I put these videos out there. I just, you know, it's like, hey, I really like this and I want to share it with you guys. Thinking of bringing this deck with me next Saturday for my live chat, which if you guys haven't hung out with me on my live chats, I never really know what we're gonna do because a lot of people pop in and the questions and comments that go on kind of takes us in every which way for directions. But I usually at the end, if I have time, which I usually do, I do like an energy healing, and then I bust out my deck of cards, whatever deck of cards I happen to have with me, which I want to have this one with me next Saturday. Yeah, and I give a reading to everybody in the group, and it's a lot of fun. And today is Saturday, I took everybody to the swap meet with me here in Spring Valley, and that was a lot of fun. This one had come up a lot in the past year. I actually used this deck quite a bit in 2017. And I'll probably use it a lot more again in 2018. I think the Seer is my favorite card. I love the Wanderer too. Usually the Fool isn't my favorite card, but I like that one. And the first card I showed you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle them up because some people like to see how they shuffle. And so that's not a problem for me. I will show you that. And then I'm going to lay out 3 cards, just in a basic 3-card spread. I'm not posing a question, but just for aesthetic reasons, kind of see how they look. And then, yeah. So let's go ahead and pull 3 cards. And if you want to pose a question, hey, while you're watching this video, that is totally cool and is up to you. Okay. And I'm going to put these cards off to the side. Okay, so that's it from me, spiritual homies. If you have this deck and you have a certain way of working with it, or you apply the Rider-Waite-Smith system with it, or you, I don't know, whatever you do with the deck, I'd be really interested in hearing about it. So post that in the comments section down below. If you have a question for me on how I use it, you know, again, post that question down below, or if you just have a comment, that's great too. If you guys would like to catch a reading with me, I have all that information in the information box for my Etsy shop and my website, although my Etsy shop is the one that has the majority of my reading types. And I also have my social media down there, so if you guys would love to hang out, I would love to hang out with you. And if you are already my patron, don't forget to sign up for patreon.com/kittensweightsandtarot, and I guess I will catch you spiritual homies later. So if you dug this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe. And don't forget to click that notification bell for more videos just like this. And I will catch you spiritual homies later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out!